Point 1. What crystals are and why they matter. Crystals are naturally occurring minerals formed over thousands to millions of years under intense geological pressure. What makes them unique isn't just their beauty or rarity, it's their internal structure. Crystals have a fixed, repeating atomic pattern, which allows them to vibrate at consistent frequencies. These vibrations are central to the belief that crystals interact with our own energy fields or auras, influencing mood, focus, and even healing processes. The idea that crystals carry energetic properties isn't new. Ancient civilizations across the globe revered stones not just for adornment, but for their symbolic and healing power. The Egyptians buried their dead with quartz to guide them safely into the afterlife. In traditional Chinese medicine, jade was believed to support longevity and vitality. Indigenous tribes of the Americas used stones in ceremonies to connect with the spirit world, while Greeks and Romans carried amulets made from hematite or amethyst for protection in battle or to prevent drunkenness. What links these cultures isn't a shared mythology, but a shared observation that certain stones seem to resonate with particular needs, intentions, or outcomes. While modern science doesn't yet fully explain these effects, users continue to report real benefits, whether through energy alignment, emotional support, or as powerful tools for mindfulness. In today's context, crystals have found their place in a variety of wellness and spiritual practices. People use them in meditation to enhance focus or clarity, wear them as jewelry to support emotional balance, or place them around their homes to shift the energy of space. Rose quartz, known for its calming and heart-opening qualities, is often placed in bedrooms or carried during emotionally turbulent times. Black tourmaline, prized for its grounding energy, frequently sits near entryways to create a sense of protection. This isn't about magic or superstition. It's about intention and alignment. Crystals serve as physical anchors that help people stay mindful of their goals, needs, or the energies they want to cultivate. Much like lighting a candle to signal the start of a ritual or playing music to shift a mood, the presence of a crystal invites a pause, a focus, and a quiet recalibration. Whether you're drawn to their scientific structure or their symbolic resonance, crystals matter because they invite you to pay attention to yourself, to your space, and to your energy. Point 2. How crystal energy works. All matter vibrates, from the densest rock to the subtlest emotion. Crystals, with their precise atomic structures, vibrate at stable, measurable frequencies. This stability is part of what makes them useful in technology. Quartz, for example, is used in watches, computers, and medical equipment because of its ability to convert mechanical pressure into electrical signals, and vice versa. In the context of energy work, this consistent vibrational pattern is thought to interact with the more fluid, less structured energy fields of the human body. The concept is similar to resonance in physics. If you strike a tuning fork and hold it near another of the same frequency, the second will begin to vibrate. The same idea applies to crystals. A stone with a certain vibrational frequency may influence or tune our own energy field when brought into close proximity. While this is not energy you can plug into a socket, it is subtle, more aligned with the frequencies that guide brain waves, cellular communication, or emotional states. But vibration alone doesn't complete the picture. Intention is a critical part of working with crystals. Think of crystals as tools, amplifiers rather than sources. They don't override your free will or magically make things happen. Instead, they support clarity of focus and reinforce what you're already choosing to cultivate. Holding a piece of citron while setting a financial intention doesn't generate wealth on its own, but it may help anchor your mindset toward abundance, focus your actions, and shift your internal narrative in meaningful ways. Belief plays a role, but not in the sense of blind faith. Much like meditation or prayer, the effectiveness of crystal work often lies in consistent practice and emotional alignment. Belief engages the subconscious, which in turn influences perception, habits, and even physical outcomes. For many, crystals serve as reminders, tactile, visible cues to return to a centered intention. It's important to separate supportive tools from miraculous claims. Crystals don't cure diseases, erase trauma, or solve problems in isolation. They aren't shortcuts. What they can do is offer support, emotional, energetic, symbolic. They can act as companions in self-reflection, markers of inner work, or focal points during healing practices. Understanding crystal energy is less about whether it works in a conventional sense and more about how it supports a person's journey. When approached with respect, intention, and a willingness to observe subtle shifts, crystals can become powerful allies in the quiet work of transformation. Point 3. Choosing your first crystals. When starting your journey with crystals, it's helpful to begin with a few versatile stones that are widely respected for their accessibility and broad energetic benefits. These foundational stones can support emotional clarity, grounding, and intention setting, all essential for beginners. Amethyst is often the first stone recommended, and for good reason. With its deep violet hue and calming energy, amethyst is known for promoting emotional balance, relieving stress, and enhancing intuition. It's commonly used during meditation, placed near the bed for better sleep, or carried as a gentle reminder to stay centered. Clear quartz, sometimes called the master healer, is another foundational crystal. It's transparent, often with a glassy or milky appearance, and has a reputation for amplifying energy and intentions. Because of its neutral vibration, clear quartz can be paired with almost any other stone to boost its effect. It's also useful when clarity is needed, whether mental, emotional, or spiritual. Citron, with its warm golden tones, is associated with abundance, confidence, and creative energy. Unlike many stones, citron doesn't tend to hold onto negative energy, making it a low-maintenance option. It's frequently used to support goal setting and to energize personal power or manifestation practices. While these three stones form a strong foundation, other popular beginner options include black tourmaline, protection and grounding, rose quartz, love and compassion, and selenite, cleansing and clarity. Each has its own personality and best use cases, but none require advanced knowledge to use effectively. Choosing crystals isn't purely about reading descriptions. It's also a sensory experience. One approach is to select stones based on your current emotional or energetic needs. If you're navigating grief, you might be drawn to smoky quartz or lepidolite. If you're working on communication, blue lace agate could be helpful. Alternatively, let your intuition guide you. When browsing crystals in person, you may find yourself inexplicably drawn to a certain shape, color, or texture. Trust that pull. It often reflects something your energy system is seeking, even if you can't articulate it yet. There's no single right way to begin. Start small, stay curious, and choose stones that resonate with you, whether intellectually, emotionally, or energetically. Over time, your collection can grow to reflect your evolving intentions and experiences. But to begin, just one or two crystals, chosen with awareness, can open the door to deeper connection and self-understanding. Point 4. Cleansing, charging, and storing crystals. Crystals absorb and interact with energy, which makes regular cleansing an essential part of working with them. Whether a stone has been handled by others, used in emotional healing, or simply sat and used for a while, it can accumulate stagnant energy. Cleansing helps reset its vibration and restore its full potential. One of the simplest methods is smudging, using smoke from white sage, Palo Santo, or other sacred herbs. Pass the crystal through the smoke for 30 seconds to a minute. This is particularly effective for clearing emotional residue. If you prefer a scent-free option, sound cleansing is an alternative. Use a singing bowl, tuning fork, or even a simple bell to release any built-up energy through vibration. Salt is another traditional method. You can bury crystals in a bowl of sea salt for several hours or overnight. However, this method isn't suitable for all stones. Softer or porous crystals like selenite, malachite, or lapis lazuli may be damaged by salt. So always check the hardness and composition before using this approach. If you want a gentler version, place the stones next to, not in, salt. Moonlight especially during the full moon, is a gentle and universal cleanser. Simply place your crystals on a windowsill or outdoors overnight. The moon's energy not only clears, but also recharges. Sunlight can also be used, but it's better suited for stones that won't fade. Avoid using it with amethyst or rose quartz, which can lose their color over time with prolonged sun exposure. Charging your crystals is about infusing them with energy and intention. This can be done immediately after cleansing. You might hold the stone in your hand, take a few deep breaths, and mentally state your purpose for the crystal. For example, I charge this citron to support clarity and confidence. You can also charge crystals by placing them in a group with high-energy stones like clear quartz or selenite, which amplify and refresh surrounding stones. When it comes to storing your crystals, respect and intention matter. Keep them in a soft pouch, a wooden box, or a dedicated section of your space where they won't be jostled or forgotten. Organizing them by type, function, or chakra alignment can also help you stay connected to their purpose. Avoid storing them in cluttered or dark places, as this can dull their energy over time. Think of cleansing and charging as part of an ongoing relationship with your crystals. Regular care allows them to remain clear, responsive, and supportive of your evolving needs. Point 5. Using crystals in daily life. Incorporating crystals into your daily life doesn't require a dramatic shift. Just small, intentional touches that align with your environment and emotional needs. Placement is one of the simplest ways to start. In the home, crystals can help set the tone of space. For example, placing black tourmaline near the front door is believed to create a sense of protection, acting like an energetic filter. Rose quartz on a bedroom nightstand invites softness and emotional openness. In the kitchen or living area, citron can bring a warm, uplifting energy associated with abundance and creativity. Workspaces also benefit from thoughtful crystal placement. A piece of fluorite near your computer can help with mental clarity and focus. If your job involves difficult communication or emotional labor, blue lace agate or amazonite on your desk may help support calm expression. Keeping a small crystal in your pocket or on your wrist as jewelry can extend that support throughout the day, creating a subtle but steady energetic anchor. Beyond placement, short rituals can help you stay grounded and intentional. A crystal bath is a soothing way to release tension. Just place a few tumbled stones like amethyst or clear quartz around the rim of the tub or in a mesh pouch. Never directly in water if the stone is porous or soluble. Light a candle, take a few deep breaths, and allow the energy of the stones to support relaxation and emotional release. Meditation is another powerful integration point. Holding a crystal in your palm while meditating can deepen your focus or align with a specific intention. For example, meditating with labradorite might enhance intuition, while smoky quartz could help let go of stress. You don't need a complex practice. Just choose a quiet space, set your intention, and let the presence of the stone guide your attention. Even routine tasks can be opportunities for connection. You might hold a grounding stone like hematite during a difficult phone call, or keep a calming stone like lepidolite nearby while journaling. The key is consistency, not complexity. Crystals become most impactful when they're part of your rhythm, not just decorations. Think of them as gentle reminders, silent companions that support how you want to feel, who you want to be, and how you move through the world each day. Whether you lean on them for emotional balance or quiet clarity, the act of turning to them, intentionally and mindfully, is what brings their energy to life. Point 6. Crystal healing for body and mind. Crystal healing operates on the principle that energetic imbalances, whether emotional, mental, or spiritual, can manifest in the body. Crystals are not a cure, but they can support a return to balance by helping to shift energy where it may be stuck or depleted. One way this is approached is through the chakra system, a model of energy centers along the body used in many holistic traditions. Each chakra is associated with specific emotional themes and physical areas, and certain crystals are believed to align with these centers. For instance, the root chakra, which governs feelings of safety and grounding, is often supported by stones like red jasper or hematite. The heart chakra, linked to love and emotional openness, resonates well with green aventurine or rose quartz. For the crown chakra, our connection to spiritual insight, clear quartz or amethyst may be used. A common practice in crystal healing is the laying on of stones technique. This involves placing crystals on or near the body, typically aligned with the chakra points. For example, someone experiencing anxiety might lie down with smoky quartz at the feet for grounding, rose quartz at the heart for emotional softening, and amethyst at the crown for calm. The session can last anywhere from 10 to 30 minutes, often accompanied by breath work or guided meditation. There's no strict formula. It's more about developing sensitivity to what feels restorative and letting the body lead. Another technique is creating crystal elixirs, water infused with the energy of a crystal. This is typically done by placing a crystal in a glass of water, or next to it if the stone isn't water safe, and letting it sit under moonlight or sunlight for several hours. The water is then used for misting a room, anointing pulse points, or in some cases, drinking, though great care must be taken to ensure the stone is non-toxic and free of coatings or heavy metals. Always research thoroughly before preparing any elixir intended for internal use. It's essential to be clear. Crystal healing is not a replacement for professional medical treatment. It doesn't substitute for medication, therapy, or clinical care. Instead, it complements these approaches, offering emotional grounding, stress relief, and intentional self-connection that may support overall wellness. Used ethically, crystals invite people to become more in tune with their own energy and to participate more actively in their healing process, not through force, but through presence, awareness, and care. Point 7. Crystals for manifestation and intention. Crystals can act as anchors for your goals, helping you stay focused, energized, and aligned with the changes you want to create. The key to manifestation with crystals isn't the crystal itself. It's the clarity of your intention and your willingness to reinforce that intention consistently. Crystals don't do the work for you. They amplify what's already present in your mindset, choices, and energy. To begin, start with a clearly defined intention. Be specific. I want financial abundance as a start, but I want to build a steady stream of income doing work that energizes me, gives the mind and energy field something more concrete to work with. Once your intention is clear, choose a crystal that supports the energy of that goal. Citrine is popular for abundance and confidence. Green aventurine supports growth and opportunity. Carnelian helps boost motivation and creative energy. Manifestation rituals can be as simple or elaborate as you like. A basic ritual might involve holding the chosen crystal in your hand, closing your eyes, and repeating your intention out loud or silently several times. This can be done daily, preferably at the same time or location, to build consistency and momentum. Crystal grids offer a more structured approach. A grid is a geometric arrangement of stones, often centered around a main crystal called the focus stone, surrounded by others that reinforce or direct energy flow. For example, you might build a grid for self-confidence using citrine in the center, surrounded by sunstone, carnelian, and clear quartz. The geometric shape acts as a container for your intention, while the crystals serve to amplify and direct that energy. Once the grid is set, speak your intention aloud, then leave the grid undisturbed for a set period, days, weeks, or until the goal is achieved. Affirmations pair well with crystal work. Holding a stone while repeating a short phrase like, "I am open to new opportunities," or "I act with purpose and confidence," links the vibration of the words to the energy of the stone. Over time, these affirmations become more than words. They shift how you see yourself and how you move through the world. Ultimately, the success of any manifestation practice comes down to clarity, consistency, and alignment. Crystals serve as steady companions in that process, not as wish-grantiers, but as reminders of what you're choosing to create and the energy you're willing to embody to make it real. Point 8. Troubleshooting when crystals don't work. It's not uncommon to begin working with crystals and wonder why nothing seems to be happening. You may carry rose quartz daily but still feel emotionally closed off, or meditate with citron and see no shift in motivation. This doesn't mean the crystal isn't working. More often, it points to something in the approach that needs adjustment. One of the most common reasons for a lack of noticeable results is unclear or inconsistent intention. Crystals respond to energy, and if that energy is scattered or half-hearted, the effect will reflect that. Think of intention as the steering wheel. Without it, the crystal has no direction to amplify. Take time to clarify what you want. Instead of simply using amethyst for calm, ask yourself what calm means to you. Is it deeper sleep? Less reactivity? More mental clarity? Precision sharpens the crystal's energetic support. Another potential block is internal resistance or energetic congestion. Crystals can amplify what's present, but if you're holding on to conflicting thoughts, buried emotions, or limiting beliefs, that noise can override the signal. In these cases, slowing down can be more effective than pushing forward. Try cleansing your crystal again, journaling about what might be blocking your progress, or even pausing the practice for a few days to reset your energy. It's also helpful to examine your expectations. Crystal work is subtle. It often unfolds over time, not in dramatic or immediate ways. You might not feel the shift in a moment, but notice over a few weeks that your mood is more stable or that decision-making feels clearer. Give space for small changes to emerge without rushing to measure them. Revisit your technique with openness. Are you using the right crystal for your need? Has the crystal been properly cleansed and charged? Are you giving it opportunities to support you through placement, meditation, or ritual, or just expecting results by proximity alone? Small tweaks in how you engage can make a meaningful difference. Above all, trust your intuition. If a crystal doesn't resonate, it's okay to set it aside and try another. If you feel drawn to work with a stone in a way that's not outlined in a book, honor that instinct. The relationship between you and your crystals is personal and dynamic. Patience is part of the process. Crystals are not quick fixes. They're partners in reflection, healing, and growth. And like any partnership, what matters most is your presence, your honesty, and your willingness to stay engaged, even when results aren't immediate. Point 9. Expanding your crystal practice. As your experience with crystals grows, so will your curiosity, and your practice can evolve in ways that feel more personal, intuitive, and expansive. One way to deepen your connection is by exploring tools that complement your existing work, such as pendulums and crystal grids. A pendulum is often used for energy testing and intuitive decision-making. Typically made with a pointed crystal suspended on a chain, it responds to subtle movements in your energy field. By holding the pendulum still and asking clear yes/no questions, you can receive directional responses, often through a swing forward and back, side to side, or in a circular motion. The key is neutrality. Rather than using it for big life decisions, consider it a way to check in with your subconscious or refine your intuition. It can be especially helpful for choosing which crystals to work with on a given day. Crystal grids take the energy of intention and add geometric structure. Unlike single-stone rituals, grids combine multiple stones in specific patterns to magnify a particular goal: healing, protection, abundance, clarity. At the center is your focus stone, surrounded by supporting stones chosen for their properties. Grids are often activated by tracing the layout with a clear quartz point, linking each stone with your intention. The design doesn't have to be complex. Even a simple triangle or spiral can hold powerful energy when paired with focus and clarity. Keeping a crystal journal is another way to expand your practice. Note which stones you use, what intentions you set, how you feel before and after, and any physical or emotional shifts that occur. Over time, patterns will emerge. Certain crystals that work best for you, methods that feel more effective, and insights that might otherwise go unnoticed. This reflection helps build trust in your own process and offers a personal record of your energy journey. You may also find yourself assembling a go-to toolkit, stones you return to again and again for grounding, focus, or emotional clarity. There's no need to rush this. Let your collection grow slowly and naturally. Quality matters more than quantity, and the most meaningful crystals are often the ones tied to a memory, a breakthrough, or a deeply felt intention. Expanding your practice doesn't mean making it more complicated. It means deepening your relationship with the stones, with your energy, and with the choices you make in how you want to live, heal, and grow. Point 10. Conclusion. Crystals offer more than beauty or novelty. They are tools that invite you into a deeper, more intentional relationship with your own energy. Whether you're reaching for grounding in a stressful moment, setting a clear intention for growth, or simply creating a sacred pause in your day, the presence of a crystal can shift your awareness. At their core, these stones are reminders to slow down, to tune in, and to align your inner state with what you want to cultivate in your life. Throughout this journey, you've explored how crystals can support emotional healing, focus your intentions, and create energetic space for reflection. You've learned practical ways to cleanse, use, and store them, as well as how to troubleshoot when things feel stagnant. Each of these steps isn't about mastering a rigid system. It's about building a personal language of energy that makes sense to you. As you continue your practice, consider asking yourself, where am I placing my attention each day? Is my energy supporting my intentions or working against them? Do I feel aligned with the choices I'm making emotionally, mentally, and spiritually? These questions don't always have immediate answers, but sitting with them regularly can bring surprising clarity. Crystals become part of this inquiry, not as solutions, but as mirrors and companions. There's no single path forward. Your crystal journey might lead you into more structured rituals, or it might become something simple and quiet, like carrying a touchstone in your pocket or keeping a calming stone on your desk. What matters most is consistency, not perfection. Even a brief moment of intention held in your hands each day can begin to shift your state of mind and open new possibilities. Trust what draws you in. Let curiosity guide you. The more you engage with crystal energy, the more you'll develop your own intuitive understanding of how, when, and why to use it. Over time, the practice becomes less about the stones themselves and more about the self-awareness they awaken. Living in tune with crystal energy is ultimately about living in tune with yourself. It's about presence, choice, and conscious connection. Let the stones support you, but let your own inner wisdom lead the way.